Loki Season 2, Episode 5. Let's watch the episode. He's all alone now. So what happened? Is he somewhere in the future, past? What is happening? Oh, now I get it. I get it now.
Hello?
Your name is Frank.
It is.
His name's Casey.
I don't know this guy. I don't know you. Come on. You gotta find your own way off this rock. Sorry, pal. Come on.
So I guess his powers are the one. Yeah, no, this time sleeping is the thing that saved his life. Because when it was about to go kaboom, I think he just, panicked and sent him somewhere else. The only thing is that is hard to figure out is the way exactly is he going to end up with.
Okay, so we got a good cast on here for you. It's gonna help you heal nicely, but you're gonna have to wear it for 6 weeks, okay?
When it
Does it
all.
hurt? That's good. But
What is Mobius doing now?
Wind in the hair, little mist slapping you in the face,
Don?
and nothing but open water in front of you.
Don? Your son.
Told you, I'll call him back.
Your other son.
Tell him I'll call him back too.
So we're seeing their lives like what they would have, or what they used to do, or what they would have. It's branched timeline, so it's another vision anyway, right? Right, that's how it works, right?
I read everything he does.
Let's check it out.
Better hurry. There's only a few left on the shelf.
It's not reading the barcode.
I can give you cash. I don't need a receipt or anything.
Yeah, but I have to ring it up or... Are you buying your own book?
You. I told you to stop putting...
You need to save the TVA.
Nope. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be like that easily, Not really.
I'm trying.
Maybe you need to try harder.
I'm trying as hard as I can.
Fine. If we can get everyone together in one place, we can read that aura. It'll be like coordinates.
And we can use these coordinates to get back to that moment in time.
This is so confusing, like seriously. Time travel is very confusing.
You can build one.
Maybe, but without any of the knowledge of how it works, I would have to invent it all from scratch. It could take a whole lifetime.
Go get him. Come on. Hurry. And if you keep him from burning down the house, I'll get you a puppy. Come on.
And the snake?
Then we'll negotiate later. Run.
Definitely not the snake.
Small victories.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey. Oh, you were at the shop earlier.
That's right.
Yeah. You live around here? Or did you follow me home?
Oh, no.
I want to show you. Come here. Now, ordinarily, I wouldn't dream of parting with one of these beauties.
That's not exactly what he is talking about.
Two of them, plus the boys are probably going to need braces and math tutors and God knows what else.
A beautiful union of form and function.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah. Yeah, they really are. And it breaks my heart, but what are you gonna do? Hey, you want a drink? Can I get you a beer?
No, I'm fine, thank you. I'm afraid I'm not here to buy a jet ski.
Oh, what are you here for?
Listen,
I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
Mobius?
Mobius, that's your name.
Okay, I think you have me mixed up with someone else.
No, you see, the thing is, I don't. Mobius is your real name, and you belong in a place called the TVA. This will make sense.
It's kind of glitching.
How did you...
Reality isn't what you think it is. And this isn't the life of the man I know.
I don't know who he is. It's a pretty cool name.
It's time to get here.
This is going to sound strange.
They don't need to explain to Casey, they just need to grab him and go. This is gonna sound strange. Again. There's one person missing. Sylvie. Right? She's not here. She was there, but she was not here.
This whole area is totally abandoned. No one's around for miles.
So, is this everyone?
No. There's one more.
Yeah, she's gonna be a real tough nut to talk to about this, you know. She's just a little bit resistant.
So is B-15's. OB. Casey was a prisoner. They don't remember who they are. Their lives matter. They matter.
Yeah, and they're finally back in their real lives. That's a good thing.
Your beggar just disappeared in front of you. What do you think is gonna happen?
If they had a choice, would have chosen to stay. Mobius always said the TVA was the only life he'd ever known, and he liked it. It gave him purpose.
It was never his choice to begin with, Loki. He who remains did that.
But Mobius should have a choice now. No? Shouldn't they all? To return to the TVA if they want?
No, you would be ripping people from their lives, showing them something that they cannot unsee. What kind of choice is that?
But they didn't get a choice in this. And I can't give it to them without you.
And I don't want to give it to them. That's Abe's want to do this.
Don't care?
She doesn't care.
I guess not. I guess this all worked out just the way you wanted it to, and you're fine just walking away. It's so selfish.
Of course I'm selfish. I want a life. Go write yours.
I told you she will never agree to this.
How much longer are we gonna be? Some of us have time-sensitive activities going on.
Don't worry, we can get you right back where we got you.
Yeah? So that doodad just takes you wherever you want to go?
Within time and space? Yeah.
He's gonna steal it.
Yeah.
Grand Canyon,
Yeah.
Bank Vault.
You get out on the water much?
Swim.
Sylvie's gonna agree after she sees somebody else disappear in front of her. Then she will know, you know, if they don't fix the TVA, everybody's dying. That's how she's gonna join them.
Well, I could hear more.
Well, I'm glad of the company tonight.
Rough day?
I've had better.
I got just the thing.
Oh, she had an option, that's why she refused the first time.
You showed up and told each of us that we're the key to saving all of existence, and now, what, we're not?
I'm sorry. I got it wrong, all right? It was more about what I wanted. All the pens, the mug, the coordinates.
Okay. First, we need to read the collective temporal aura of everyone in this room on the pad.
I told you, he's gonna steal it.
I didn't take it. Listen, you can rob every bank you like when this is done. We need that tempad now.
Great, but I still didn't take it.
Oh no. That's what happened to it.
What do we do?
Oh no.
It was a fiction problem.
Sylvie does have it, okay?
No, I have to go back to see my boys.
That what makes a Loki is the fact that we're destined to lose.
You reversed the time. Do it again. Do it again. I don't know how you did it, but do it again.
No, they aren't. Everything's falling apart. The branches are dying.
So what does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but there must be...
Okay, I'm still waiting. Say it. Oh.
I can rewrite the story.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest already, you know. I don't think this episode is better than the last episode. It's a good episode, but I don't think it's better than the last episode. No. Obviously, one of the things I was excited about last episode is how are they going to, what is going to happen next, because they kind of left us on a cliffhanger about, you know, everything going kaboom into the timeline just in time. But yeah, it wasn't exactly like that, you know, as we learned from this episode, you know. When it, whatever happened in the last episode happened, it did not instantly kill everyone and everything, just leaving nothing existence, you know, anything existing. Instead, the timeline started dying slowly. That's what we learned from this episode. Now, obviously, the power, I kind of forgot that from the last two episodes, I kind of forgot that Loki had the power of time sleeping, you know, just at least it was granted. I don't know how he got it. I don't know if Loki himself, you know, like he had the power, but he didn't know how to use it, or it was because of what happened the last season. I'm not so sure, but I think it is just because of that. I don't think they explained the reason why, but it started happening, and I think it's saving the story because it's now the most important thing that, you know, is going to save the TVA. And I just want to say this before I forget it. I do hope that TVA does come into play in the Secret Invasion, you know. No, not Secret Wars, you know, or King Dynasty. I know, I think in King, you know, King the Conqueror and the movie Avengers King the Dynasty. I wish it would come somewhat of involvement, and I don't want it to end in Loki because it seems like it does play a huge role when it comes to the universe and how everything works. Because if they don't include it, it's going to be a little bit weird that it is like the center of like king is the whole entire planet, at least all the kings. It's a little bit complicated when it comes to king and how is related to the TVA, but he's always related because he's the one who created it. Even though the original one who created it is dead, or I think so. But because of timeline, they all continuity and everything. It seems it's not another vision we have made it. Or the king has somewhat to do with the TVA. So I would love to make sure. I would love to see it be in King Dynasty, the Avengers movie, because it is related to the villain. Therefore, if it does not show up, it will be weird. Just like it was such a big thing in Loki, and Loki, sent us its story around the big bad, but the big bad does not even talk about the TVA or even show up at the TVA in the movie. I hope that doesn't happen because it does play a little bit more huge part. Now, back to the story. This episode we do see Loki going around the timeline and meeting his friends. Yeah, because they're no longer work colleagues or trying to save the universe. It's timeline. They are his friends, in doing so they kind of made a relationship with everybody. And that is something, I think that is one of the things that I did love about this episode, was, as we know from the first movie or the first time we introduced to Loki, he's always, he was always sort of a villain. Therefore, sometimes when you're a villain, you're usually lonely. No matter how many people you surround yourself with, those people are only doing it because they are afraid of you. They are afraid that you're gonna kill them if they don't do it. You don't like if they don't do what you want them to do. So in this one, the Loki series, he kind of developed a relationship with these people because these people are not afraid of him. They're actually helping him save the timeline and save the world, sort of, save the entire timeline, the world. So they have great relationship between these guys, and I think that was one of the things that I love. This time he made a connection with people, and he's not trying to kill them or manipulate them. He's not doing that. He's just made them a connection for none bad reasons at all. So yeah, I do love that. That's one of the things that I do love about this episode. And just going around, because the first time we saw the whole timeline, or when we introduced that these guys did have a life outside of the TVA or working in the TVA, they had their own lives, their own branches, life that King took it from them and made them work for him, I always wondered, okay, so what were these guys' roles? I always wanted to see what they were actually doing before they were hired to be in the TVA. And this episode kind of serves that purpose when we actually see Mobius sort of being a salesman for the jet skis, that's what it was. His life, he had 2 boys. It's just a normal life for him. There isn't really nothing complicated, he's not like president or anything like that. He's just a normal guy, a salesman. So it is nice to see like these guys' backstory before they were taken by King. Then on the other end, we do see that she was a nurse. She was a nurse, and yeah, I think that's also amazing. Then Casey, I think it's his name. Was in a prison or was escaping from a prison. I don't know what did they do did, but he was a criminal, I guess. I guess Ken kind of saved him, to be honest. Then you would have oh yeah, I forgot his name, but the scientific guy. He was trying to sell his book. His life wasn't really paying out the way he wants it. He was very well knowledge the science stuff, but he chose to be an author or write books and all that. I think fiction. I think he likes that, so that's what he wanted to pursue instead of what he actually went to school for. Yeah. So I did love to see that they had somewhat. I loved seeing their lives before the TVA. And now we're big. Obviously, Steve is the only one who remembered out of all the guys, all the people were dead. I thought they were also gonna try to save King, but I don't think they're gonna do that. And instead, Steve also obviously, like what I predicted that she would actually do is that she would actually try to reject this offer. Or not, it's not an offer, but she would reject Loki's plan she would think that people are living their best lives, let them live like that. And there was only one movie to actually show you that this is not a good idea to not save the TV. And yeah, obviously people around her dead, wherever she lived or the universe she lived, the world she lived or the timeline she lived, is dead. In front of her eyes, and she did have the template, so she could just go where Loki was. I guess I don't know how she knew that, but yeah, they didn't clarify that. I think we just need to forget about it and move on. But obviously, she did join them at the end of the day, and was like, "Yeah, you know what? You're right. We need to save the TVA. So how are we going to do that? We're all here. You said we all need to be in the one place, and now we're all here. So please tell us how we're going to save the TVA." And then the timeline also started dying. But at least now Loki sort of knows how to control his time sleeping. It's more of time traveling or time controlling powers, because instead of time sleeping, this episode you learned how to sort of reverse time instead of just going in the past and future. He now reverses time, and I think that's what he did at the end of the day. I think he reversed time to the point where the whole entire thing wasn't yet, exploded. The whole timelines. It's complicated. It's a little weird to talk about the timelines. It's just, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Before it went kapamula like in the last episode. So now instead of seeing living Kang, like the vision of Kang with the last episode, seeing him die, said they're gonna say, "Oh no, this is not going to work. We need to do this and that." And no, he won't be able to say we need to do this and that because I don't think he has any idea of how to fix it. But he's going to have to tell this scientific guy that it's not going to work. The ore outside there is very, very strong, so we need to try something else that is very strong. And if it doesn't work, he can just reverse time again and tell them it did not work. I tried this again. Obviously, it's going to be hard that all the time that it does reverse time, he has to tell them that it's not working. He has to also explain that you can sort of time travel, so he knows that it did not work. So yeah, it's going to be weird. That's what I'm predicting. The next episode it will be like, or at least when he's explaining it to them or how it's going to play out. Maybe it's going to be different because obviously we can't forget about it. The moment that he also does a reverse time, he is also have a chance of make sure that miss time. Miss time. That clock girl, that clock woman, miss. Come on, just forget a name like that. It's serious. What's wrong with me? He could just reverse them and bring them to life, and then they would start causing problems too. That is also going to happen. I feel like that is also going to happen. Then we're gonna have somewhat of a huge ending that is going to sort of be solved in the Kang movie or something like that. Because I don't think that there's going to be Alex season 3 before the movie. I don't think they are going to have another season. I think this is the final. But hey, if it does get good ratings and it gets enough viewers, they might actually try to do a season 3. But I don't think that's a good idea, to be honest, because these first 2 seasons, they feel like they actually do have a purpose they're playing it overall in the MCU, not just being sort of a standalone thing. They're playing a huge role in the MCU. Even all the other heroes in the MCU that we have come to know and love, we have no idea that Loki's alive and he's dealing with these kind of things. So it's going to be amazing to see him. And on the other hand, when these entire things are happening, there are such characters like Doctor Strange. I also wonder, like, are they experiencing this? Are they noticing these kind of things, or this is like far beyond their measure or their power? I don't know. Because that guy does also time traveling, seeing plants die, so I'm sure that he does have somewhat of an experience. Unless when it happens, he kind of forgot about it. When you do come back to sort of alive, I think they do forget. So if that's the case, then it's understandable why they won't be able to talk about what is actually happening or what they are facing or weird things that they are facing. Obviously, they will have their own projection that this is why this is happening or whatever. But I don't think it's happening to them, or they would remember after it is done and been done to by Loki. So yeah, overall I do like this episode. It's very, it does set up a lot in the final, and that's what he this episode is supposed to do. So yeah, guys, if you like my reaction, make sure that you do leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.